Hey guys, this is Jett from inthirdperson.com, and I'm trying something a little bit different today. I am going to try and break down one round from my match with AquaSilk from a little while ago, who's widely recognized as one of the best Zangief players in the world in Street Fighter 4. I got the opportunity to fight him a little while back, and I've been chomping at the bit to try and put some sort of analysis together to kind of break down exactly what happened, what decisions were made, and all of that type of stuff. So this isn't necessarily to be the most in-depth of strategies for hardcore Street Fighter players. Um, I just want to talk a little more about the decision-making process and the choices that were made, and maybe even if you're not a Street Fighter fan, the way that I break it down hopefully gives you some insight into how people play this game at a higher level and what actually goes on behind all the button pressing because there's more to it than button mashing. So the way this will work is that I will play round one of the fight in full, unedited or anything, and then I'll come back and just kind of talk through all of the things that happened and do some slow-mo and some stops just to further explain everything that happened in the match. So let's get on with the show. And I'm back. So, as soon as my opponent picks their character, I start to go through the database in my head to analyze what this match is going to be like and how I want it to play out. So, against Zangief, as a Rose player, I don't want Zangief to be beside me, because once he gets there, he is going to grab me, he is going to put me in mix-ups, and I may not get to hit a button again. For me, I want to keep him at a distance. I don't think that keeping him full screen works very well. I don't think Rose's fireball game is strong enough to support that, but she does have some great normals at sweep distance or footsies range, so that's generally where I like to keep Zangief if possible. So let's get on with the match. So I'm backing up, trying to create space, and then boom. He sticks out a pretty innocent looking a standing medium punch. And as you can see, there's no chance of this punch hitting me at all. What he's trying to do, at least what I think he's trying to do, is counter poke one of my pokes. So if I had stuck out a crouching medium punch or a standing medium kick, he would be able to chop that with his hand and possibly cancel that into something else. Like, say, if that connects, cancel into the green hand, all of a sudden he's beside me. So that's why he stuck that out. He's trying to land a counter poke. And let's see where this goes from here. Even though he had counter poking on his mind, he did not catch my slide. Now, as a Rose player, one of the things that I've noticed is that a lot of people underestimate how far that slide actually hits. So I'm actually a pretty good distance away, and then I slide, and just the tip of it catches his toes in order to start this particular sequence of events. After that slide, Rose cannot combo off of it, so positions are reset, and there is a split second where Zangief has to make a decision and I make a decision. So when we play this through, you can see that he tries to go for a hit, but I use my crouching medium punch to counter hit it and then cancel that into the soul spiral for an easy two-hit combo. So before Zangief hit me with the spinning pile driver, I had control of the match at that exact moment. He was on the ground, I moved forward, and I had the opportunity to pressure him as he was waking up. Of course, what I didn't realize at that particular moment is that Zangief has his spinning pile driver, which starts up very quickly and will probably beat any of my normals unless I time them very meaty. So He catches me with the grab, and we go from there. After the pile driver, Zangief jumps pretty far back. What AquaSilk does to nullify that space differential is to do the green hand. What that does, it allows him to travel the screen much faster, so within one green hand, all of a sudden, he's right beside me. And that puts me in a really bad spot because when I wake up, he could try and attack me with a normal attack, he could throw me, he could do the green hand again if I was trying to backdash. So in this particular case, he tried the green hand and I blocked it and hit him out of it afterwards as he was recovering. That was supposed to be a combo. That was supposed to be crouching jab, crouching short, crouching strong into a soul spiral. I got the first two jabs in, but then I dropped the short. It looks like I went straight to the medium punch, or the crouching strong, which does not combo for Rose. And intelligently by AquaSilk, he was mashing out Lariat, till he knew that if I had dropped the combo at any point in the chain, the Lariat would have hit me out of it. So that's what happened. Once he knocks me into the air, he goes for the exact same setup where he does the green hand yet again to close the distance, and this time he goes for an EX green hand. So I didn't think he was going to green hand again because he did it last time, but he probably thought that I thought that, so he went for it again. And as you'll notice, the green hand does not knock down, so it leaves us both again in a standing position, and I have to guess yet again what he's going to do next. This time he goes for a tick throw. What that means is that they start with an attack that you are blocking, and then they grab you immediately after. So the way that works is that I'm blocking the initial attack because I don't want to get hit, but the throw then comes out and I'm still holding back, and the throw, if I don't react to that throw fast enough, which is very quick, I'm going to get grabbed. So it's a little psychological trick that's one of my favorites in fighting games. And another thing that I wanted to point out here is that look at the distance between me and AquaSilk right after that crouching short. We look really far away on screen, but that's still within Zangief's light spinning pile driver range. So when you are facing off against Zangief, be mindful of that. Notice a pattern? Once again, knocks me down, goes for the green hand. This time the green hand doesn't quite get him close enough, or he just decides to mix things up, so he goes with a standing medium punch with the Ric Flair chop. And after that, he either tries to go forward or tries to poke me yet again, but this time Rose's money button comes into play, crouching medium punch, and I'm able to poke him out of it. Zangief looked kind of foolish there, spinning all by himself, but what he was trying to do was hit me out of a combo. If you remember a couple of minutes earlier, we were talking about the first sequence where I dropped the combo and he punished me for it with the lariat. He was hoping that I would drop it again. Well, this time, I knew that at the particular range where that crouching medium punch hit, the only way I could finish it was with a EX Soul Spiral, because the regular ones would not combo, and I knew he would lariat me again. So instead, I decided to backdash, which opened up a whole bunch of space between us. I think if I had the opportunity to play that scenario again, I wouldn't have gone with the slide, and I would have went with a sweep instead. Get a little more damage, score the knockdown. But in any case, the slide worked. Because you can't combo off the slide, yet again had to make another decision. This time I decided to go with a crouching jab, which ended up snuffing whatever attack he was going for. I dropped the combo, but after he blocked the crouching medium punch, he didn't think I would soul spiral, so he walked straight into it. AquaSilk has spent most of the match in my face, so on this particular occasion, after knocking him down, I take the opportunity to backdash and throw a slow fireball. By doing this, I maximize the time it's on the screen and the amount of time that it's between us. AquaSilk does the spinning lariat to get through it, but then he keeps on walking forward, and this whole while I've been walking forward as well, and I catch him on the toes again with the slide and finish with a soul spiral. Maybe considering how far I was and poking with the crouching medium kick, he didn't think that I would pull out a soul spiral yet again, but I did, and I caught him walking forward and knocked him down for the third or fourth time with the same move. Once again, he catches me with a tick throw. This time he initiates it by jumping in the air and attacking with a heavy punch. In hindsight, what I probably should have done was use my anti-air crouching fierce to at least trade. I think in that scenario, both would have hit each other, and I would have been in a better position to finish him off at that point. This was the turning point of the match. He goes in for another green hand setup, and thinking that I'm going to be the aggressor, he jumps back. He's hoping that I'm going to do a soul spiral, and then he'll pile drive me as soon as he lands. Or at the very least, I whiff, and he creates another opening to do something else later. What I was thinking was, oh crap, he's trying to get beside me, I need to get out of here, which is why I did the EX soul throw to try and create as much distance as I could. And it turns out I grabbed him while he was jumping back, which makes me look psychic. And I think it was a very great fluke in my favor, but to him, as we'll get to in a second, I think I really shook him up on that one. Let the spirits guide you. This is the moment when I knew that I was in his head. I threw him to the ground, and then I whiff an EX Soul Reflect, followed by whiffing a Crouching Fierce Punch. I didn't want to do either of those things. I wanted to activate my Ultra 2, but I screwed it up twice in a row. That's a problem that happens sometimes in Street Fighter 4, but that's actually going to get fixed in Ultra Street Fighter 4 when that move is mapped to a kick. Anyway, he had a lot of time to hit me out of that, but instead he stayed crouching. I think he was scared. He didn't know what else I was going to pull out of my bag of tricks, so he gave me the time to activate Ultra 2, which ended up being really bad for him. And that was it. From full screen, I throw a slow fireball to cover my approach, and AquaSilk successfully absorbs the first fireball, but does not realize that I had been dashing forward the entire time, so he focus dashes forward through the fireball, and I dash forward into his face, which ends up killing him in round 1. So that was round 1 of the match. Admittedly, he did end up winning it, but if I were to sit here to analyze that whole single match, we would be here for like half an hour. So I will wrap things up here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and possibly learned a thing or two. I don't know if it helps you out if you're a Rose player fighting Zangief or vice versa, or anything like that, or at the very least, as a Street Fighter player wanting to understand the thought process of why people make the decisions they make, or so on and so forth. In any case, whatever value you got out of it, if you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching and supporting me and my work over at inthirdperson.com. If you're interested in more of my work, you can check out more of the videos on my channel here on youtube.com/JettInThirdPerson. That's Jett with 2 T's. Or you can go to my website, inthirdperson.com, for more videos, articles, and podcasts. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again.